All right, so we have started recording. We'll say good morning to our second Perfect 10 Posture class of the year. And remember, we're getting rid of old habits. We left the old habits behind and we're putting new habits in our body. So super excited to put the new strength and the new habits in our body, aren't we? Yes. Good. So nice intimate class today. And for those of you who are watching us on the recording, welcome, welcome, and enjoy. Let's get going. So let's see, we've got one more coming in. And I can only see myself. That's not how we want that. We'll try this one more time. You guys get this all set up. Good morning, Nan.
Good morning, Paula.
Good morning.
There we go. Let's do that.
Hi, Suetta.
Hey, good morning.
There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin standing. And we're going to start with breathing today. We're going to get the energy coming into our body through our breath. And what we're going to do is we're going to be inhaling and just allowing our belly to just completely expand and relax as the air comes in, right? When you put air into a balloon, the balloon expands, right? So when we inhale, we should be allowing our body to expand. And then when we exhale, we'll allow our body to contract. Notice we said we're going to allow it to happen. That's a new habit, a new thing we're going to carry forward and practice throughout this entire year, is allowing things to happen the way they're supposed to and not trying so hard to control everything we do in our body. Saves us a lot of energy. It helps our brain to take back over. And by the way, our brain is way smarter than what our conscious mind is, right? When we stop trying so hard, sometimes we really get better. So we're going to inhale for 7 counts and just let this all expand. And then we're going to hold our breath for 2 counts. And then we're going to exhale for 7 counts, letting everything just contract. And then we're going to hold that for 2 counts. All right, so we'll do several sets. My hands will do this. This means inhale. This means hold. This means exhale. And this means hold. All right, you guys ready? Now, by the way, all of the air is going to come in and out through the nose. All right, so we're going to inhale and exhale through the nose to make this happen. At first, let's get rid of all our air by blowing out. And now let's begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold your breath. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold your breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. X. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Relax and breathe normally. That was wonderful. So one of the things I want everybody to pay attention to is when we're doing that inhale, turn on your camera, record yourself. See if you see this happening with our inhale and then with our exhale, okay? It's a bad habit that we're leaving in last year to inhale by lifting our shoulders and thinking that's going to work. I didn't see that at all from you guys this morning, so congratulations. That means we're starting to get that breath to work more naturally, and that's huge. It's a very, very, very important part of keeping all of our body systems working properly, especially that immune system. So good job, you guys. Shake out your legs a little bit. Bring your feet super close together. Let your ankles touch. Be aware of your throat and draw it back. If your ankles don't touch because your knees touch first, that's okay. Just keep thinking about the ankles drawing together, right? If we do that, we'll start to activate the muscles that can straighten out our knees and allow those ankles that space to get there. It might not happen today or tomorrow, but at least we'll get the muscles working in the right direction. All right, so with that throat drawn back toward the back of your neck, with your chin drawn in toward your Adam's apple, turn your head. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. If your body doesn't want to go as fast as mine is this morning, then you go half time or whatever works, whatever way you can keep that throat back. But we're moving into the new year, so we can challenge ourselves a little bit with more speed, especially if you've been practicing for a while. Good. Now let's tip our head forward, so you should be able to see your toes. If you can't see your toes, there's a chance that our chest is too far out in front of us. So pull that chest back. See if you can see beyond the chest all the way to those toes. And then grow your head up toward the ceiling. Good. And forward, see your toes, and backward. Good. Forward and backward. No crunching of the neck. Challenge your speed. Challenge how easily you can see your toes and then the ceiling. Good job. Yes, and if you need to slow down, that's totally cool. But if you're feeling good and you want to challenge your speed, let's do it. All right, shake out those legs, move your feet apart. Find your heart. Be aware of your heart. Good. Think of a super happy thoughts. There you go. I'm thinking of, well, I'm dressed like the sunshine today. It's not out yet. Hopefully we'll see that today where we live, right? Lift those elbows up and forward. Awesome. Keeping those elbows in front of you, let's turn that heart. Shine our heart like a beacon from one direction to the other. And remember now, we have not just a front heart, but we have a back heart. So just like the lighthouse out in the harbor, right? It's shining its lights in the front and the back, and you can feel both of them rotating. Now raise your hands. Let your heart still keep pushing you around. Your arms just get to go for a ride. Good. Let's keep our belly button facing straight at our camera. And again, if you're watching this on the recording, it's a good thing to do to look at yourself. Is your belly button staying still, or is it accidentally rotating? Good job, everybody. Okay, shake that out again. Make your feet even a little bit wider than your hips. Find the top of your leg and swirl it around. Good. So we're just getting things moving, getting our energy flowing so that when we lay down, we've got lots of energy to work with to build up that strength in our body. We're putting strength in. Reverse the circle. Good. Excellent, you guys. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good. And bring those feet all the way back together one more time. Good. Be aware of your armpits. Be aware of that release, letting there be some space in the actual shoulder joint where the arm bone meets the body. And let's let that space move. That's it. Let the arm bone move around, maintaining that space. Wonderful. When you are successfully opening up some good space, you might hear clickety clicks. It's okay. Clickety clicks are not a problem unless they're painful. If they were painful, we would make our circles smaller. Reverse. Good. But as long as it's just noisy, go ahead. Good job, you guys. Excellent. How's that navel? Is it staying in your body? Woo! And one more time with our chest. Let those feet come slightly apart again. Lift your heart right up through the ceiling, and then lift your back heart up through the ceiling. So we're just gently moving our upper spine and allowing that heart to have some wake up energy. Good. We did the heart side to side. Now we're doing the heart front and back. Good. Really keeping those ribs supple and mobile and flexible and lubricated. Yeah, we want to have a lot of mobility and ability to move our chest. It's very important. Otherwise, that energy gets congested. And when it gets congested, certain things can creep up in our bodies. All right, good job, you guys. Shake out your hands. Shake it out, good. Woo, let it go all the way through your elbows. Shake it all the way out from the elbows. Yeah, let gravity take that. Keep those armpits loose. Woo, fantastic. And stretch. Bend your wrist up and down and up and down and up and down. And then make that up and down be circles. Good. With a smile and reverse those circles. Oh, I'm so excited to build our strength, our energy strength, close and open. Yes. I know some of you are aware that we run a program called the Champions Project. Let's make our way to the floor. Our gymnastics team with special needs athletes and typical peers started a program called the Champions Project last May. And we've invited some friends in, and it's grown to be the friends invited friends, and they invited friends. We now have over 15 countries participating with over 100 athletes, athletes with special needs from all around the world. So as far away as St. Petersburg, Russia, and down in Brazil, and we had a teacher this weekend from Uganda. So, movement is a universal language. We don't speak the same language. We've got a lot of non-English speakers in our group, and somehow it works. So I'm super excited to share movement with you guys, and hopefully we'll continue to get stronger. All right, you ready? You ready to move it out? Let's do this. So we've got our feet together. We're holding on to our ankles. Very good. Excellent. You might want to turn a little diagonal to the camera there, and we'll curl back, dive down, and push your heart through. So again, maintaining flexibility in our chest. Curl back, dive down, and push your heart through. Wonderful. Dive back, down, push your heart through. 2 more times. So be aware that it's the thoracic spine. The rib cage spine is the one we're trying to find the movement in, not so much the lumbar spine, because that's often overbendy, right? It gets a little hypermobile. Good work. You guys look great in that. Excellent. Okay, straighten your legs out in front of you. You can relax back onto your hands if you wish. We're going to focus on our feet for a moment. Flex those ankles. Curl the toes and then stretch the ankles. Release. Flex the ankles. Curl the toes and stretch the ankles. Good. 2 more times. Flex those ankles. Curl those toes and stretch those ankles. 1 more time. Flex and curl and stretch. Good. And release. And then just jiggle your legs on the floor. Just jiggle those legs up and down. Yeah. Just kicking out any junk that's left in there. Let it go. All right. Time to lay down. So everybody make your way flat to your floor. All right. We'll start with our knees bent. Feet flat on the ground. Very nice. Find your pelvis, roll it backward and forward. Be aware of how the tailbone feels against the floor, how the floor pushes against the tailbone. Always start with awareness. What do I feel like today? Because tomorrow we're going to be different, so we have to start over. Just say hello to your body. I'm noticing I have a heaviness on one side of my tailbone today. Noticing there's a little lumpiness in the middle today. So we'll see how that progresses. All right, now pause. Make sure that when you're rocking and rolling, you roll all the way down to that pointy end and let your back come off the ground. That's okay to understand. And then roll all the way back. You just do it lightly. When you roll all the way back, make sure you're not flattening or pressing your lower spine down. It goes there naturally because we're pressing the pelvic bones down. It's a little different in our intention. And then we release and we land in our neutral tail. Be aware of your lower ribs. Contract those lower ribs so the bottom ribs are slightly heavier than the shoulder blades. You want your bottom ribs to be slightly heavier bend the shoulder blades, maintaining the pelvis. Now there's a lightness in our lower back, and that's what we maintain throughout our strength. Here we go. Maintain your spine, bring your right leg to tabletop. Did any part of your spine change its heaviness? If so, we got to fix it. Let's put that foot down, do the other leg. Bring it up. So it should feel like, yes, good. There's this cable. Let's keep just stepping from one foot to the other. Stepping one foot and then putting it down. And as you're doing that, you shouldn't feel like you have to push off the floor with our foot. If you feel like your foot has to push off, that means our internal structure is not acting strongly enough. That's looking good. Okay, once you get one leg up, stop and stabilize and see if the second leg can draw up. Not jumping, but draw it up with your power and your strength. Yes, that requires a lot of work in our internal core system. All right, your back should feel exactly the same in all those spots. And from here, we start to single leg dip. So we let one thigh go, we tap gently the toe on the ground and we bring it back. And then we do the other leg. And we do one leg. And if we're going to decide real quickly, yep, my ribs are still down, my tailbone is stable. Now I'm going to start passing my legs side by side. So we're going to go a little quicker. Right. Once you've got it, let's challenge our quickness today. And we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Hold that spine, hold those ribs. 7, 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Feet down. Yes. Extend your legs out on the floor. Actually, let's just extend the left leg and make sure you can hold your tailbones quiet. And then bring that leg back. Extend your right leg. Make sure you're holding your spine quiet. And bring it back. Keep doing that stepping. So you're stepping out and bringing it back. Good. If you hold that pelvis really solid, it'll give you this lovely little stretch across the front of the thigh, across the front of the hip. Many of us have really, really tight front of hips, and that corresponds to having very weak front of hips. So we're trying to clear that out. All right, leave one leg out there. You're going to have to hold on real tightly to take the second leg out and not let your spine change. You may not feel the back of your leg on the ground. It might not get there while you're working really hard. Because if it gets there all the way, I might have let go of my pelvis. Now I've got all this space under my low back that I don't want. So I got to maintain my pelvis, maintain my ribs. Let's flex our feet and bring them close together, like you're holding a tennis ball between your ankles. That's the leg position we're going to work as we pick our hands up above our thighs. Look down with your eyes. Think about bringing your chin toward your Adam's apple. That will lock our head into place. From here, I want you to imagine you're pushing toward your feet, and let's fold our chest. Remember that flexible chest? Fold your chest in half. That makes you come up to a C curve. That's it. I want you to pick your head all the way up today. Let your head come high off the floor and look down for your toes. Remember when we were standing and trying to see our toes? That's the shape we're trying to find now. And then lay back down. Good. So today, a little different. I'm allowing you to pick your head up high as long as your chin continues to try to find your Adam's apple. Okay? As long as your chin is headed toward your Adam's apple, your head can come up higher today. That's nice of me. All right, squeeze your inner thighs, flex those feet, reach those hands, and fold that chest. Fold the chest. Right. Bring that chin toward your Adam's apple, and then lay back down again. Very nicely done. Let's do 2 more. Ready. Float the arms, chin to throat. Look down. Look for those toes. Good. Now while you're up there, point your feet and lift up one leg. Lift up one leg. Keep bringing that chin to your Adam's apple. Put that leg down. Other leg. Chin to Adam's apple. Fold that chest and lay back down again. Yes. Very good. Now we're going to do what we call hundreds. So this is the quintessential Pilates exercise. It's called hundreds. We're still modifying it, but we're going to give it a shot. What you're going to do is you're going to come up into your C curve. And while you're there, you're going to pump your arms. Think about your upper arm pumping as we try to hold the curve in our chest. Sometimes we pump our arms and our body goes up and down. That's no good. That won't work for us. How many times are we going to do it? 100. That's exciting. And we're going to do it with our breath. That's why we started with breath. We're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. So we're doing 10 sets of that. Now, as you go along, when your neck gets tired, you simply place one hand back here to help support, but you don't lay down your chest. Do not lay down your chest. Fight for that the whole time. The other arm will continue pumping. So I would suggest if your head gets tired and you need to hold it, alternate arms every 10, okay? But again, the biggest challenge is don't give up on the chest pull, yes? All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, we're doing hundreds, guys. Flex those feet, squeeze them toward each other. You do get to leave your legs on the ground. Float the arms, chin to the Adam's apple. It's got to stay there. And roll up, fold that chest. And here we go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3. Chin to throat. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 40. 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3. Fold that chest. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3. That's 50. Use your hand if you need to. X, 2, 3, 4, 60. Switch, 2, 3, 4. Come on, fold your chest. 4, 5. Switch, 2, 3, 4, 5. X, 2, 3. There's 81. Squeeze those thighs. X, 2, 3. There's 90. Last set. 4, 5. X, 2, 3. 100. And lay down. You did it. Awesome. Good job, you guys. So what we're working toward, the new habit is, yeah, your neck might get tired. If your neck gets tired and you give up on the abs, you'll finish and feel like you only did your neck. So our challenge is, how in the world do I keep trying to fold in my chest, keep that activity going on, and give my head that restful place to work, okay? Anyway, good job, everybody. Go ahead and bend those knees back up and rock and roll your tailbone. Let's see if it feels different from where we started the day. I'm noticing a lot better. It's a lot flatter, a lot more even. I still have a heaviness on the right side today. So there we go. All right, next exercise, we're gonna do piston leg circles. So bring your right leg to your chest and extend, or sorry, left leg to your chest, right leg extend to the ceiling. Good. So in this position, we should have evenness. Our back should feel exactly the same with those lower ribs slightly heavier than our shoulder blades. Take your super long leg, that right leg, cross your midline. It runs into the other leg. It sweeps down toward the ground and out and around. Good. Now, holding on to this other leg makes it possible for us to make bigger circles. We're helping our pelvis to be quiet, but I want you to be even better. Hold this leg near your belly button and then make sure your pelvis is not accidentally rolling around on the floor. How about 3 more circles? 1. And you can challenge your speed once you feel that you're stable. Good, excellent. And change legs. So the right leg comes to your chest, the left leg goes long. Good. Feel that back. The ribs are heavier than the shoulder blades and that leg circles. It taps the other leg and it sweeps down, out, and around. Good. Excellent. Sweep it around. Keep your right leg connected to your belly button. It's hardest to do that when your leg is reaching out to the side. Good. Come on, get those muscles strong. Go faster. Yes. Hold that pelvic floor. Awesome, you guys. Yes. Now bend your knees. Put your hands on the top of your shins. Again, try not to roll into that lower back, right? Stay off of that lower back. Stay heavy on your tail. Try to push your knees up into your hands. So my knees are trying to push up toward the ceiling and my hands are holding on. And then we relax and see if our legs come closer to our body. Good. Do that again. Push your knees up into your hands. 3, 2, 1, and let them come back into your body. Fantastic, you guys. Now circle your feet a little bit. Make sure they're existing there. Good. Release your knees and let them go back up to tabletop position. Good. In that beautiful tabletop position, we're going to work side to sides. So arms are going to go out to a T position with your palms on the floor. Make sure those shoulders are down away from your ears. Beautiful. Now, imagine that you've got a tennis ball between your knees. You've got to hold that tennis ball. And we're going to roll onto the right side of our pelvis. Roll onto the right side of your pelvis so the left side comes up. And then come back to the center. Now go the other direction. Roll onto the left side of your pelvis. So see, my right side tailbone comes off the floor. And then back to center. Good. Keep that movement happening. And then make sure that your ribs don't come off the floor. So those lower ribs that we're trying to keep heavy are trying to stay on the ground while our pelvis turns from side to side. So this is really challenging our rotational core muscles, yeah? Good, 2 more. I could just leave my tailbone flat and let my legs flop, but that's not the exercise we're after. I'm trying to control these pelvic bones and make them move. There you go. Wonderful, you guys. Okay, and then we'll put our feet down on the ground. Very good. Excellent. Arms by your side. Float your hands halfway up your legs. Good. Eyes look down. Chin to Adam's apple. Fold your rib cage in half. Fold your rib cage in half. Make your C curve. Yep. So those shoulder blades should be off the floor. Those shoulder blades should have gotten pulled off the floor with the folding. So let's do. Touch your shoulder blades and then push them back up. So this is rolling down and up. We're doing little crunchies. Little crunchies. There you go. Crunch and crunch. You should be crunching from the power in your chest. From the power in your chest. That's it. You're getting it. Come on, 2 more and then rest. Woo! I think we did it. I think you did it, girls. Way to go. All right, leaving your feet on the floor. Let's bridge from here. So plant your feet, press down, and allow your hips to rise. By hips, we're talking at the level of the pubic bone, the top of the thigh. I don't want the top of my pelvis to be higher than the bottom of my pelvis. So I've got to really try to curl that pubic bone up and through, and then bring the spine back down again. Very good. Again, plant those feet. Pick up those thighs, that top of your leg. Yeah, let your ribs relax. Feel your knees like they're still holding that tennis ball. Did your tennis ball grow? And come back down again. Excellent. 1 more time. Good bridges, everybody. Pull those hips up or push with your feet. Now, what if you're holding that tennis ball between your knees and you try to push the tennis ball out past your toes? Push that tennis ball past your toes while those hips are trying to get a little higher. Come on. And then there you go. Bring it down. Ah, we always have that little bit more in us, don't we? Ah, So good. Everybody did great. Let's go ahead and grab one knee and make yourself sit up. Good. All right. Extend your legs out in front of you. We are going to do an exercise that I don't teach very often until we get some really good stability in our spine. Okay, so this is an exercise called roll up. It's roll down and roll up, but we're going to start with our legs extended and our hands in front of us. Good. And we're going to think again about the flexibility of our rib cage, right? The rib cage spine. So I want you to try to fold your rib cage and see if your fingers will move forward. Notice we're not changing our hip angle. We're not leaning over our legs. We're literally just trying to fold that upper body and then stack it back up tall again. This is called spine stretch. Good. And the direction is not so much down as it is forward. So I'm literally taking the top half of my rib cage and trying to move it forward while the lower part stays still. Yes, open up that connection in your back. Good. Again, round and stay tall. Your hands should be traveling over the top of your toes and not moving down toward them. Slide them out in front of you. Right, and then bring them back. So, good. Girls, can you do just your arms for me? Well, girls and boys, push forward with your arms and feel the back part open more. Now pull backward with your shoulder blades. So drop them down, force them to relax. There, now push them forward. And now push them back. Yes, and one more time, push them forward. Good. That forward is what's missing in our spine stretch, you guys. So we're so programmed, keep your shoulders back, that we're not letting those shoulders go in order to create that. Really what's happening is your shoulder blades are gliding in and out on your rib cage. We've got to have those shoulder blades with motion, okay? So really feel that opening of your back to go into that. Yes, that looks better. Then the head can follow. And if your shoulders creep up, it's not going to work. You've got to force them to relax and then push forward. Relax and then forward. Better. Okay. So that shape is going to be important because we're going to use it to lay down and to come back up again. Notice we didn't do the collapse your spine over your legs. That's different. Okay. We're stabilizing. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our spine straight as long as we can. When you start to not be able to hold the shape, grab your thighs and help yourself. Lay down very slowly, landing. Look, I landed in a C curve. And then lay the rest of the way down. Okay, so go ahead and try that. Nice, straight. Yes, use your hands at that point where you feel like you're going to collapse down. Very good. And you lay back straight as you can. And then you lay all the way down on the floor. Good. Keep the shape. Keep the shape. You're going to land on your heart before the shoulder blades. Good. Excellent. So as we do this, we also are not flattening. We're not going to put a lot of heavy pressure on our lumbar spine. We're going to put it on our tailbone again, the top of our tailbone. That's how we're going to be able to get up. So raise your arms over your head. Keep those ribs engaged. Let's play a quick ribs open, ribs closed game. Open your lower ribs to the ceiling. Close your lower ribs down to the floor. Yes. And when you do that, you might notice as you close your ribs, your arms can't stay on the floor so much because we're really learning how to stretch that properly. All right. Bring your arms in front of you. Good. Make your heart heavier than your shoulder blades. Make a C curve. Now, the trick here is we have to sit up using our hips as our engine. Okay? I get stuck here. It's very challenging for me, this exercise. So I'm going to put my hands on the sides of my legs, and without making myself go and make my spine all short, make sure those shoulder blades are up off the ground. Come on. Shoulder blades up, then use your hips to help you get through that hard part and finish your way up to sitting. Yes. So for some of us, our feet are going to fly up in the air. This is practice, right? This is putting a new pattern in our body. Once we sit up, we'll try it again. We're going to try a couple more of these, you guys. So we lean straight. When you feel like your body's going to collapse, you grab your thighs and you help yourself down. And once you're down, you reach your arms back over your head. Good. Make sure you're not landing heavy on your lower back. That will be not happy for us later. You got to keep that spine long. Reach your arms forward. Do your C curve. From your C curve, imagine there's a luggage handle right on the center of your chest, and that's what has to come up. You may not push that lower spine down. And bring it up tall. Good. Last two. Be very careful. I don't want to see those lower backs collapse. Get long and tall and move the pelvis. Good job, everybody. Good. Reach those arms. Pretty tricky one, isn't it? Good. And one. Don't forget, use your legs to help you keep that solar plexus engaged. Good. Once you're there, use your luggage handle to help you get up. And here we are. And let's do one more. Lengthen. Oh, we're going to have on record how hard this is for Miss Paula. 1, 2, use those legs. Squeeze those inner thighs and help you get up. Good. All right. Well, that was fun. Good job, you guys. Cool. So again, when we come into things that are challenging for us, we want to make sure we have patience, get a teeny tiny bit better at each and every day. So I will try, sometimes teachers like to leave out things that they're not so good at. I've obviously left that one out because I don't like it. I'm not so good at it. So I'm going to work on my patience with myself and help us all to get a little better on those roll-ups, okay? All right, let's get onto our bellies, you guys. Extend and stretch our hips out. So we're stacking our hands, putting our forehead down, drawing the shoulders away from your ears and letting those armpits along with your upper chest drop to the ground. Bring your chin to your Adam's apple. Good. Then go to the pubic bone, press the pubic bone into the floor, which helps us to create a nicer curve here. If we forget and we push if our pubic bone comes loose, we get a bigger arch in our lower back and a lot more tension. So pubic bone pressed down. Good. You should feel nice and light in the belly, nice and light in the solar plexus. And we begin with our leg lifts. Lift one thigh off the ground while the pubic bone actually gets heavier. And then switch. The pubic bone gets heavier as your thigh bone floats. Now we would like to feel those inner thighs connecting more. So it's very easy to let our legs flop way out to the sides. That's a pattern we want to shift. We want to shift to some strength of inner thighs holding our legs close. Keep alternating and stepping those legs as you lift your chin to your Adam's apple. Good. As you press that pubic bone down and feel the belly get lighter every time you press that pubic bone more. Good. Don't let it change as you move your legs. Excellent. So if you do this properly, you'll have a whole lot less pressure on the solar plexus. When we get pressure in the solar plexus, sometimes that gives us the acid reflux sensation or nauseous feeling because we're pressing that so hard. And our vagus nerve works through there, so our body doesn't like that so much. Okay, extend your arms out over your head. Keep your head in the same position, shoulders in the same position. Here we go. The heart is planted. The pubic bone is planted, the right arm and the left leg float, opposites, and switch. The heart and the pubic bone stay exactly the same heaviness while we move this opposite arm and leg up toward the ceiling. There should be no downward pressure. The arms that are not lifting should not be pressing down. We're just doing lift up. And then if we do arms and legs at the same time, can you do that? Can you keep your heart down? Can you keep the pubic bone pressed? And then can you flutter kick? In opposition, the arms are moving, fluttering and fluttering. And you keep working that navel. And you keep working that pubic bone. And you keep that head in position, chin up to your Adam's apple for 3 and 2 and 1. And then we can relax a little bit. Woo! That was fun. Good job. You can wag your tongue if you need to. It's a little challenging. All right. Back to rib cage, strength and flexibility. Hands by your ribs. Keep those shoulders close to the floor, the chin to the Adam's apple. The pubic bone pressed down. And let's really draw our shoulder blades down our back and see if you can bend your rib cage. Just the rib cage. Good. Yeah, show us that movement. Show us that your head can rise because your chest is changing shape, and then lay back down again. Excellent. Squeeze against that back heart. Feel like your front heart is opening. The pubic bone stays pressing, so the belly button stays light. And then release back down. Number 3, build that strength, you guys. It's like the back of your head is trying to see your ankles or your heels. And down, let's add some push. Once you do that initial lift, you may add some push with your hands, keeping that shape so your body can come up so nice and tall. Beautiful. And then we can release back down again. So the better you do at holding that pubic bone, the longer you're going to keep your spine, the more you're going to stretch your hips versus crunch the back. That's what we're after. Good. Yes, beautiful. We're doing so much better today. Ah, ha, ha, ha. One more time. Lengthen, lift, extend. Come on, keep that pubic bone pressing through the ground. And then release yourself back down. Oh my goodness. Yay. Okay, I have a couple of students here live who are looking pretty amazing. You guys get some gold stars today. Way to go. All right, come up onto your forearms. So in this position, it's just like you did that half chest lift. So you want to keep feeling that lifting sensation of the upper body as we do bend our leg. It flexes, then it points, and then it extends. And then the other leg does flex, point, and extend. So let's be extra good today. Lift yourself up and press that pubic bone down, and you make sure there's no change in your torso as you flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Good. Hold that body quiet and get those legs to bend. You can do it. And just like we started, if you want to challenge your speed, do it a little faster. Keep your inner thighs connecting. Pubic bone pressing, smile on the face, and one more. Woo! Ah, good job, you guys. Yay! Let's come all the way back onto our knees. If your knees don't bend quite that much, that's okay. We'll just sit up first, actually. Let's just sit up first. So we're gonna do kind of a integrative thing because you guys are looking so good today. Let's start by allowing your body to come down as far as it's willing. So some of our knees I know don't bend as far. That's okay. If you can get your heel or booty all the way to your heels, that's great too. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with our hands back here by our ankles and our forehead on the floor. We're going to turn ourselves into kitty cats, you guys. So this position is called child's pose, right? We know this one. What we're going to do is we're going to magically transform into a cat. Let your arms sweep around and reach out in front of you. And then from this position, we're going to curl our spine. Think of a kitty cat, really stretching his back. Curl your spine to lift yourself up, and then continue all the way forward into a spine extension. So you go out onto your hands. Good. And while you're hanging out there, look up with your eyes to the left corner. Look up to the left. And then let your tail wiggle you back. Let your tail wiggle you all the way back. Yes. And then we are back in our child's pose again. Let your hands come back. Okay? So that's our little kitty cat game here. Here we go. Let the arms sweep around. And then curl that tail, curl that spine so that it picks you up. And then let it push you forward into your extended spine. Look up to the right now. Good. And then let your tail wiggle you backwards. Good. Yes. Excellent. Hands back. We're going to do that 2 more times. Let the arms sweep around. Find your inner kitty, you guys. Round yourself up. Press that pubic bone through to extend. Look to the left. And let your tail wiggle you back. Good. And rest. And let those arms come around. Curl yourself up. Stretch yourself out. Look to the right. Feel that pubic bone active. And wiggle yourself back. Cool. And then make your way to lying on your side. Good job, you guys. Yay. All right, how'd that feel? Okay, yeah, I actually can't hear you. I see Nana's talking, but I have no idea what you're saying. But you're not muted. Okay, good. All right, so let's finish up with our side work, you guys. Good job. So we'll bend our bottom leg. The top leg is straight. The foot is flexed. And we want to be able to look down and see a straight line. The body to the leg should be a straight line. Good. And we're so turned on that it's so easy to draw our ribs in, and we'll just lift that leg sideways to the ceiling. Sideways to the ceiling. Very good. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Try not to let your lower waist get super heavy. And 8. And then bring your knees together. So your knees are right in front of your hips. Flex your feet and turn them out. And let's do our book. Open 1. Yep. 2. We're trying to find the strength in our rotating hip muscles so that our pelvis isn't rocking around. You guys are looking great. 5, 6, hold that navel. 7, super. And 8, good. Then do your best to bring that top foot in front of you and extend the bottom leg. Flex that foot. Ideally, that leg is in line with our body, and we pick it up. 1, 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Stretch both legs out and make your feet in a V. And we'll finish with our ballerinas. Point your toe, draw it up your leg. Stretch to the ceiling and flex your heel down. Good. Point, draw it up. Extend and flex down. Good. 3. And down. And 4. And down. And now we're going to reverse that. Bring it up. Point your foot to your knee and slide it down. Flex it up. Point your foot to your knee and slide it down. And number 3, we just got all fancy, you guys. And number 4, good. Oh, fantastic, you guys. Come on up. Let's do the other side. Woo! Feel that.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we're down. The bottom leg is bent. The top leg is straight. we would like to have that leg in line with our body. And that leg goes up to the ceiling. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Keeping those ribs off the ground or those lower waist. And 7 and 8. Very good. Bring your knees together. We're going to put those knees right up in line with your hips. Flex your feet and turn them out. And we open the top leg. 1, 2. Keep those heels touching. 3. Good. 4 and 5. Flex your top foot so your feet look like a V. 6, 7. Good. And 8. Do your best to grab that top foot and put it on the floor. Extend the bottom leg long. It should be in line with our body. We pick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your foot flexed so your foot's not trying to be the lifter. There you go. 7 and 8. Good job. Turn out your feet, both legs straight. So we've got that nice little first position, and let's do our ballerina développés. Draw your foot up, extend, flex it down. And draw it up, extend, flex it down. Number 3, extend, flex it down. Number 4, extend. Now reverse. Here we go. Straight leg up, point it down. Draw that line down your leg. Flex up, point, bend. Good job. And 3, point in and extend. Last one. 4, and point and extend. Wow. I feel my booty working. What about you guys? Holy cow. Good. Go ahead and sit yourselves up. Actually, let's stand ourselves all the way up. Phew. Good job, you guys. So we'll finish. We have done, you guys are really done a great job keeping up. Remember, it's okay as we start to build our strength. If your body says, goodness, I need to like back up a little, that's okay, but challenge and let's see what it does, right? Listen to what your body says after class and then modify for yourselves as we go along, but you're doing fantastic. So yeah, put it in your head. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely doable and I'm like amazing. So let's finish with our Pilates push-up. Feet are just a couple inches apart. Take your little plie, and then straighten the legs, and then tiptoe up, and then lower your heels. And then do that standing C curve where you see your toes, and roll all the way down to hands on the floor. Now use your strong legs and the strong heel of your hand. Walk out, push with your legs to make a good strong plank. Good, chin to Adam's apple. Chin to Adam's apple. Push that pubic bone down. Bring just the pubic bone down. Good, and now to come back, we'll lift the pubic bone up and walk with your hands. Push through the heel of your hand until you're standing on your feet. And then roll yourself up to a standing C curve and pick your head up last. Yes! Oh my gosh, you guys, that was great. One more time, take your plie, straighten those legs, tiptoe up, lower those heels. Wow, standing C curve. Take those hands to the floor. Feel the pressure on the heel of your hand. Use your strong legs to push you out there. Stabilize. Use that power of your heart. Draw that pubic bone downward. The legs are strong and straight. The chin is to the Adam's apple. And we lift that pubic bone. Push through the heels of your hands. Get all the way on your feet. Roll up to a standing C curve. And then straighten yourself up. Oh my goodness. Okay, might have been one of our best classes ever. So you guys keep putting that energy in your body. Keep moving toward putting good things, good habits in our body. And we will see you guys again next week. Awesome.